Damn, my nose. All right. So I had to do a video on Brandon Tatum. Uh, uh, I mean, specifically his video on dang um on Steve Kerr. Um, um, because um, the officer Tatum is a YouTuber that I found through King Face and uh how I stumbled on them because all these people I don't even know. Uh, you know, ML Billion was talking about trading, and then whatever. I mean, a lot of stuff is be, like it is a black thing. Like a lot of issues that black people have, which is nothing controversial. It's like a lot of issues that Asians have are is because they're Asian. Like it's just stating a fact. Like there's nothing emotional about that. There's absolutely nothing emotional about saying you have black issues. You have it's like saying someone has has issues that relate to being Asian. Is that anything? Is that controversial? It's like it's what you're talking about. Like if you're saying, you know, something controversial like about being black or you know or about you know about your collective community being low income, being poor. Like if it's an entire like if everyone you know was has been poor, is broke growing up, doesn't have any money, doesn't have any money, you know, like everything is emotional. There is nothing emotional about being good at sports or being good at fighting, you know. You have all these people and if you like Steve Kerr, like okay, we're talking about Steve Kerr had an outburst last night, had a viral moment with talking about this kid who just killed uh like 15 elementary school kids. And uh you know none this is not like I know how people are and I know uh people are just like if someone has low self-esteem about them, like low self-esteem, this is the thing, like when you're talking about women and stuff, like like everything you ever knew can come to an end. And if you're talking about African Americans who don't even know their dads, what the heck? Hold on. You know, like Like, I mean, Gervonta Davis had a had a rough background. Like, it's just rough when you come from, you know, Cali Muscle says that there ain't no fighting. There's no fighting in the hood. Like you fight with guns. Like you fight with guns. There's no fighting. Ain't no fighting. We don't fight where I'm from, dude. There ain't no fighting. That's not there is no fighting. It's not that rational. It's like if you come from a poor place, you know, it doesn't make what you're saying anymore. I'm just saying in general, like that doesn't make what you're saying have carry more weight. It doesn't mean what you're saying is helpful or has anything to do with anything. Like, obviously I'm white and most of Brandon Tatum's supporters are white, but that doesn't mean we support him because we're white. That doesn't it's just, you know, it's you like, it doesn't mean we don't like black people. It doesn't mean just because you like Brandon Tatum doesn't mean or you follow Brandon Tatum, you identify with what he's saying. You think um, you know, you think he makes a lot of good points about politics. You know, it doesn't mean you don't like black people. It just means you're listening to, you know, because a lot of these issues are black. Like black is a big issue in this country. It's like saying someone who's Asian has issues that are related to being Asian. Like, come on. Like, what are you? This is not. I try to break down topics, and so you can be based in it being non-emotional. It's not emotional because life is emotional. People get emotional, especially in competition. You know, like this is why what I say carries a lot of weight because I'm not just so caught up in my own head. I'm not just so stuck in my own head because you know people that talk about sports. If you're talking about politics, like you're talking about you know like, well, Donald Trump got elected because he's not a politician and I mean he's wealthy enough to get elected, but it's like in politics, my thing is that I know I will beat up 99.9% of everyone that I would play across multiple different sports. Okay. If we throw up a football match, American football, and I'm quarterback, we're gonna win. Just like really grassroots, throw it up. We're gonna win. We're gonna win football. If I'm playing organized football and I'm playing defense, we could lose and I could get knocked out. You know, because it's about who gets the credit. It's about who gets credit. It's about who like somebody else wants to take credit for what I'm doing. Like everybody wants to take credit for Steph Curry. And the reality is it's on Steph. It's on Steph. It doesn't matter. If he wants to make you lose tonight, he's gonna make you lose. If he wants to just play with you, then you might win. You know, it doesn't, you know, and the reality is dealing with your own stuff, like being a human being is like you're dealing with your own body, your own flesh, you know, like whatever is going on with you, you know, uh, all this external stuff, it's all external. It's all, you know, the outcome of games, the outcomes of games, you know, like the crazy reality is that your your happiness is so internal. Like everybody's happiness, like I don't not I hate Mondays, not because I hate my job, but because I hate how external like Monday is. Like everybody's just super stressed out, running around with their head cut off, because it's Monday. In Tuesday and Wednesday, there's just like all these people, and and no nothing makes sense, because everybody's just working. They're just like Monday's the day to work. You know, I absolutely hate that. My body hates that. I feel stressed. Like in the end of the day, like I'm gonna win. I am going to win a sport. Like, and people like it doesn't matter. They're gonna argue. They're gonna argue. Oh, you know, you are gonna lose. I already know this. There's nothing to there's nothing emotional about this. It's like it's like saying, you know, um, or if you want to talk about being white, you're saying, oh, or like Steve Kerr just had an outburst about this event is completely external. I mean, it's about like Steve Kerr getting emotional about this um, thing that happened yesterday, and I mean, his father was assassinated. You can Google it. He was an activist in the Middle East, but um, the thing is, like in the formulation in your formulation of a brain, someone and someone's formulation of their brain, um uh like like everything can come, like your mom, like just talking about the relationships of men and women, like, you know when women can be like just everything can just come to an end, like a lot of people don't know their dad, and and but Kevin Samuels, R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. Like, oh my god, dude. It was like this is there are so many fake people, and it's not good for society if everybody's just like fighting, like in sports, everybody's just like fighting over who's right. And the reality is you're all wrong, because I will invalidate. I'm the biggest whale in sports. I invalidate your idea. You can think whatever you want, but I can make it invalid right away, like that. Like you're trading against the bigger trader. The bigger trader can make your idea invalid, and hopefully your risk management is okay, that you're not going to get wrecked. And that's it. That is it. So, uh, so you know, but like Brandon Tatum was saying, a lot of people have never done any. They have never done anything courageous. They have never done anything courageous, and then they're out here on social media trying to get famous, and they're trying to get their influence up. They're trying to get attention on social media, and they've never done anything courageous in their life. They've always been a bitch. They've always been a coward, you know? They've always backed down from the bully. They've never been the bully. Like I am the bully. I've been teased. I mean, what? I mean, it's hard to bully me because you know it can go as far as fighting, and then I'm gonna win the fight. So you can't technically you can't bully me, and I was the bully when I'm growing up. I was and I don't think there's such thing as being popular, because society's too dumb to be popular. I mean, that's why you have to have something to say on social media. It's like, what do you? I mean, like there's no rules in bodybuilding, like Seth Feroci said. There is no rules. Like you have to be on steroids, or else you're not going to be a competitive bodybuilder. Like you all these really niche industries, like bodybuilding, it's like really small industry that you can have a big audience on social media, like, but you're still an idiot. You're still an idiot. You're still on steroids. You're still a dumbass bodybuilder, and that nothing changes that. Social media doesn't change that. Fighting, you know, fighting. You can be a fighter on social media. You don't need social media like the podcast with Paulie and Roy Jones. You know, you know, and you don't need if you can fight social media. You can use social media. You don't need a promoter. You can social media is your promoter. So, uh, you know, uh, yeah. So all this momentum, momentum can just be stopped like that, like with your mom and your dad. If like something, your mom and your dad break up, that's dramatic for you. You know, like that is very dramatic. You know, your mom loses her job, your dad loses a job. That that is the type of thing you are very vulnerable to that. So, and there's all this like your occupation, working, you know, you're latching, you have there is no the nature is clout. The nature is clout hungry. Nature is clout. You know, y- everybody it's just like it's survival. I mean, it's the same thing. It's like fighting for your survival. It's like you're gonna latch on to somebody who has a following, who has clout, because that's you know, and then the only thing we can hope for is that the people we're following, have something like have an opinion that it is like makes some sense because it doesn't have to, you know. If we're creating people with influence that don't have anything to say, which is what we've done. And I mean, that's how politicians come to power. I mean, it's all about becoming a successful politician. It's like, the personality type of a politician is Machiavellian. It's just of a politician. It's like you're just like using your human insecurities to pump yourself up in a political sphere. So, all right, I think I'm done here. Don't forget to don't forget to subscribe You can log in and like the video and dislike it and share it to your mom and your dad.